What's up, everybody? Alberto here, coming to you from my favorite city in the world. 24 million people here. And we're down here establishing a new partnership. And that's what I want to talk about here. Partnerships, collaborations. It's something that I just started doing about a year ago. That's it. And I want to tell you what's happened over the last year. It's something that takes a little bit of time, but will increase your profitability just huge. You know, about a year ago, I started working with Jay Abraham. Jay Abraham is a legend. You probably know who he is. I had to write him the biggest check I ever have for coaching, 150 grand for him to work me for a year. And the main thing after looking at my business that he thought was gonna be the most beneficial, he said strategic alliances, partnerships. And I've never had partners before. Before a year ago, I never had partners. I don't know. I like to do what I want to do. I don't want to have to run anything by somebody else or get an okay from somebody else. That's the way I view partnerships. I just never wanted to. But when you invest in a coach and you pay six figures, you better do what he says. If not, you're throwing your money away, right? Look how the sidewalk here are granite. That's how nice it is here. There's so much money. Five-star restaurants. Got Lexus dealership across the street. So collaborations. So he said, write down the names of your competitors, 8 competitors. And I did. We got together again. He's like, okay, now call them. We're going to partner up. And so I'm saying that because, it kind of got me off left field. I was like, what do you mean? Call them. Insurance guys, financial advisors, they're not very creative. I'm not very creative. I'm an insurance guy, financial advisor. We might partner up with a CPA or a tax attorney. That's probably what we look for. But there's a whole lot more opportunities out there. So long story short, we ended up partnering up with several of our competitors, people that have the same customers we do. We just offer a little bit better services. And now we've been able to offer more value to our customers. We've been able to increase the bottom line. And that's what's so great about these profit centers, And he calls them, what does he call them? Jay Abraham, profit partners. Profit partners. We're a profit partner today, Jay Abraham. I don't even know how many now. In a year, about 15 to 20. And this is another thing that Bob Proctor taught. He said MSIs have multiple sources of income, right? Have multiple sources of income. He said some will be small, some will be big. And I gotta tell you right now, I have 3 or 4 that are tiny, like $200 a month. That's it, $200 a month, 3 or 4. But when you're talking about $700, $800 a month there, effortless, I get a check every month. I mean, that's a nice car payment. Maybe that's rent for some people. And then you go all the way to our biggest one that pays us about $40,000 a month. $40,000 a month, a check once a month. And it's growing every month. That's 100% profit. 100% profit. There's no expenses, there's no employees, there's no ads that we pay for. And so they're growing. We have about 15 now, and it's starting to really make a big difference. And this is something that has been done for centuries and centuries. We just went to the Anthropology Museum, Sarah and I. And it's talking about the different tribes back in the day. Again, we're going back this one like 700 years ago. And one of the ways that the chiefs, right? The chiefs, you're a chief. If you're a CEO of your company, you're a CEO of yourself, you're a chief. The way the chiefs, the CEOs would ensure, no pun intended, but would ensure that they were going to be able to keep their trade routes and their trade relationships, right? Of spices and food and art, and they had all kinds of stuff, jewels and stones. For the long term, is they would create partnerships. And the way they would create the partnerships is they would marry each other. Chiefs' daughters would marry the son of another tribe, or that had maybe a different, they're rulers of different land. So it's something that's been happening for hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of years. Now today, as I walk down this street, it's called Mazarique, and you have all the fancy brands. And we're at Gucci last night, and Gucci right now has a partnership with Adidas. You can go to a Gucci store and you'll see Gucci shoes that look like Adidas shoes for $600. You know, you'll see Adidas bags with Gucci emblems on it that are a couple $1,000s. And so it's something that big brands are doing right now. Gucci did it with North Face recently as well. Let me start going this way so I don't get hit. And so it's something that's happening with these brands all over the place. So start thinking, who can you partner up with? It might be another insurance agent. It might be another financial advisor that has assets that you don't have, right? Maybe they have a securities license. Maybe they offer specific funds that you don't offer. And you have specific insurance companies that they don't offer. And how can you complement each other? And I'm telling you, you just go little by little. That's the way that we've been doing it, little by little. And now a year later, we have enough money coming in that just that portion of it would put anybody in the top 1%. You gotta make about $500,000 a year to be in the top 1%. Just that, just our partnerships today, just a year later, working on them little by little, will make us over 600 grand. Well over 600 grand this year. And it just keeps growing, and it keeps growing, and it keeps growing. It takes a little bit of effort up front, and then it pays dividends forever, as long as you take care of it. So think about that. Who can you partner up with? Maybe there's somebody that you consider a competitor, and if you partnered up and joined forces, you'd be able to add more value to the marketplace, more value to your clients. They'd stay longer, right? Persistency goes up, and everybody wins. All right, guys, coming to you live from Mazarik. I'll talk to you in the next video.